welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I posted a video. The last video I posted was me having a meltdown basically about the fact that I couldn't find a job and just missing my husband so much since we had been doing long distance. But at the end of the video, I had said that I did get an offer, got multiple offers, and I ended up choosing a job. Right after I posted that, I packed up the few things that I had left over and put them in my car, and then I drove for 5 days straight to where I'm at right now, which is Northern Virginia. I was here to drive by myself, so I didn't drive by myself. I actually had my grandma, my sweet, cute grandma, come with me. So we did a cross-country road trip together, grandmother, granddaughter road trip. And it was actually really fun. We laughed so much.
So Nicole's gonna sit on the goat.
You don't go anywhere. Oh, you might
Yeah, Nicole!
There were tears. Both of us cried at a few points. And we just told jokes, we sang. We visited some of our friends along the way. They were very interesting people.
We're stopping.
Oh no,
Come again.
Push Nancy down the stairs for me. Say hi to Bernie. Tell Bernie he's welcome. Come on out.
But I'm really grateful that she could come because she made the trip so much easier because she actually drove most of the time. So shout out to June, you're a gem. She insisted that she wanted to drive, so I said, okay, fine, go ahead and drive. So that took 5 days, and then I got here about a month ago now. So this past month has honestly just been adjusting, and I forgot how hard it is to move. Like mentally, moving to a new place is a lot. There's just like so much to absorb, and I'm living in a new city. Technically, I don't live in DC, I live outside of DC, but we still live in a city. Like there's skyscrapers all around me, so like that in and of itself is an adjustment, seeing all these tall buildings near me. Just getting to know like new places, new streets, not knowing where your like go-to restaurant is or your go-to nail place or hair place. So like that's been kind of hard, but it's not a bad hard, just it's been different. And then when I first moved here, I had someone tell me driving here is pretty crazy. And she said, the way you think about driving here is this: you're either an assassin or a victim. And I was like, ooh. And she's like, you need to be an assassin, not a victim on those roads. So I feel like I've adapted this mentality of an assassin, or basically I have to pay attention when I'm driving. The roads here are pretty crazy. If you think about it, the roads were made a long time ago. It was like the time of horse and buggy when these roads were made. So like a lot of these roads weren't made for like cars. And so there aren't like a lot of lanes, or the roads are like super windy, or like the pavement is just, it needs to get done again. But aside from that, it's beautiful out here. Like I am just amazed at how green it is. I haven't seen so much green in so long. And so that part has been pretty cool. Like I really like it. I feel like I get the city vibes, but I also get the suburb vibes, because just 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from here, you're in the suburbs, you're in these $1 million homes, like they're all around you. And it's just cool to get the best of both worlds living out here. So this is my work, and this is our main office. Luckily, I won't have to be here too often because, well, first of all, I should probably explain what I do. I'm a marketing manager for Thompson Hospitality, and what Thompson does is they are a food service company, and they cater to all these colleges locally, but they also own a bunch of restaurants. And I'm a marketing manager for a specific restaurant, and this restaurant has multiple locations, like in Maryland, and we're opening up a new location in DC and another one in Virginia, and I think they're wanting to open up more locations, so that's awesome. That means the company, this specific chain, is doing really well. And the food we serve is like Cajun brunch. If you've ever had it, it's really, really good. It's very filling, and you'll definitely want to fall asleep right after you eat it, but like it's really good. It's like French toast and like lobster macaroni and just anything. If you can think Southern, like Cracker Barrel, but a little bit more bougie, that's basically milk and honey. That's what the restaurant is called, Milk and Honey. The common thing for this last month has been honestly just patience. I think I came into not only my job, but just moving out here with this idea that I could keep the lifestyle I had in Utah out here, and I'm starting to realize like that I can't. For example, like I worked from home when I worked at New Skin in Utah, and so now I'm realizing that I can't work from home as much. I can work from home once a week, which is really nice, but the other days I'll be driving to the restaurant locations and like filming, taking photos of the food, just being involved with the restaurant. So that's a lot of driving, and then the days I'm not at the locations, I'll be in the office. So I'm not used to this much action. When I was at New Skin, it was just very like work from home, show up for a meeting online, but wore my PJs all day, never got ready, didn't really need to have a routine, or I could have a routine, but I could kind of do my routine whenever, because I just had the time to do it whenever. And now here I'm realizing that like if I do form a routine, it needs to be kind of a solid routine that I do early in the morning, since I have to be and show up at places at a certain time. So that's something that I'm not used to. Like I'm not used to waking up early anymore at all. I literally would just wake up right at 9 and start working at 9. And obviously I can't do that now since I don't work from home as much. So that's something I'm getting used to, and I just need to be patient with that. And another thing I'm getting used to is just commuting. I'm not used to driving this much, and it can be kind of taxing having like a 45-minute to an hour commute sometimes. So that's something as well. And also I just need to learn to have patience with myself. Like I can't build this brand in 1 month, and I have to remind myself that like things don't happen overnight. Like it's little by little, so just take it little by little. I know I'm like wanting to become an expert already on food and food photography and food videography, and I'm not. I've never tackled food before. I don't know much about food, so as far as like creating content for food, so I've just been on Instagram following all these food Instagram accounts so I can get more experience and just get more inspiration. So there's a lot for me to learn, and I recognize that, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm really excited for this adventure and chapter in my life. This is exactly where I want to be and where I saw myself.